First, let me tell you how important the duty of any principal or any head of the institution is. And here I give you a quotation from Rajir. He says a principal is a manager, an administrator, and a visionary leader. A principal is a manager, an administrator, and a visionary leader. Principal is a ray of hope and faith for school management, students, teachers, and parents. And a principle means drawing solutions for everyone's concern, whosoever is associated with the school. A beautiful quotation. There's a general misconception among the people who really do not know the system. They think as if principal or a head of the institution is the one who has the least work to perform. He is sitting back in his office, enjoying gup shop with people who are coming and going, taking tea and tea breaks. And whenever if he's tired of talking, he picks up his stick and moves out on a round. Whoever comes across a couple of students or any teacher, he may just admonish them, shout at them, and just like that, pass on through the corridor and go and sit back again and start taking tea. That is a misconception of those who really do not know the system. Honestly speaking, I have taught at graduate level for 10 years. 10 years at a graduate level, I've taught. I have been principal for 15 years of inter and graduate level institutions as well. If you ask me which job was easier, without thinking, I'll right away say teaching is easier than being a principal. Why? On the face of it, people think you are sitting without doing any job and looking in the air, seeing the fan moving, taking sips of tea. It's not like that. You are all, a good principal, I would say. A good principal is always thinking of how will, as a manager, I can improve the management. How, as an administrator, I can improve the administration. And how, as a visionary leader, I can change the system to suit in achieving my targets. And mind you, a principal, he's a he is a beacon of light for all the staff and students. They look up towards principal for solving all of their problems, even those problems which do not concern the school and college. If you inspire them, if you give them confidence, if you develop trust in them, they will take you as a fatherly figure. And taking you as a fatherly figure, they would even approach you to solve their personal problems, family problems, domestic problems, because you have grown and given them confidence as a fatherly figure. So a good principal means deriving solutions for everyone's concern. He is readily available to problem solving for anyone, whether it is teachers, non-teaching staff, students, or the parents of the students, or any community members who approach you in connection with your professional duties. The principal, it's not a job which we call bed of roses. No, it's that vacancy or appointment is not a bed of roses. It is a challenging task. There are various types of challenges which are being faced by him. So he, at the face of it, it may seem that he's just sitting back in his air-conditioned office, enjoying a cup of tea with the people and enjoying the gossips. And whenever he's tired of sitting there, he picks up the stick, goes on the round of the classes. Well, that sort of impression should not be carried on. This is rather misconception, because the complexity of the task of the principal is such that he might be sitting back in the office and staring in the air, looking at the wall, which is otherwise empty, but he might be thinking of different plans which might be going on in his mind, and the different matter issues which might be brewing up there in the mind. He might be worried that the transport 5, 6 vehicles carrying the students, giving them pick and drop facilities, whether they are flying on their proper routes and or they're safe and sound. So other many other type of tasks he has to perform. He has to have a relationship with the community. Has to maintain a rapport with the seniors. So constant interruption in the form that he seems to be an autonomous person. He seems to be a person who is all in all, but actually it may not be so. There might be several pressures on him from different direction, from public side, from senior, some of multitasking which he's doing. That is a different task. He's looking after the administration. He's looking after the academic side, and tensions between managerial demand versus instructional and leadership. There is always some degree of tension between the teaching staff and non-teaching staff. And this tension should not grow out of hand. Responsibility versus authority. He has authority also and responsibility also. So he has to balance between the two. And then change versus stability. People might be expecting that there is revolutionary change in the whole affairs which are going on in the school. For instance, modernization, or even improvement of the facilities like furniture, like other equipment, and abrupt changes cannot be brought out. They are not possible because a stable system is moving on, and that stable system stability has got its own value. So stability should not mean stagnation, and change should not mean revolution. Then relationship building versus control of personal work environment. Now, obviously, a principal is a human being. He may develop liking for somebody because of good job he or she is doing, and he may not be all that pleasant with those who are not performing to the best of their abilities. But this player or displayer should remain within limits. Then keeping pace with the ever-changing scenario. Things are changing. Curriculums are being developed. The dynamics of education are there are always ever changing. So it is the responsibility of the principal that he should keep up pace with the changing environment and the changing. As my opening sentences were, that principal alone cannot carry on the burden of a whole educational institution. In any good organization, there's a boss, the head of the institution, head of the setup, and then he has a team. And the efficiency of the team would depend on the teamwork. So teaching, non-teaching staff working together as a cohesive unit can create a conducive teaching learning environment to achieve the institutional goals. None is less important. Right from the sweeper who keeps the environment clean and hygienic, then to the naib qassits who run around and coordinate things, then the drivers, the conductors who provide safe